Alright, guys. So, last year I talked about movies I was most, the top movies I was most excited for 2023. And a lot of those movies did meet expectations. Some of them didn't, but a lot of them, for the most part, did. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about my top 12 most anticipated movies of 2024, the upcoming year. And, yeah. So why did I go to 12? Well, there was kind of a few more movies I was interested in seeing, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to 12 because why not? Some people can go to 11. I can go to 12. It's a nice rounded number, you know? Anyway. And, yeah, so let's get started with number 12. Beetlejuice 2. And actually, one more thing. If I mention a movie, if I mention a movie on here, that I know someone's gonna be like, actually, that one actually got delayed till 2025 or later in the year because the writer strikes. I'm aware. I don't know what's moved and what hasn't. Okay, I'm just going by what they're saying of 2024. Anyway, so starting off this list is Beetlejuice 2. Like I said, Beetlejuice 2 as to why it's on this list is because I don't know if I have anticipated is a strong word. And excitement is kind of low because I don't trust after Hocus Pocus 2, and yes, I know, different studio. I don't know if I trust movie studios brushing off nostalgia factor for the sake of having the actor back. But however, and the big reason why anyone's going is to see Michael Keaton back as Beetlejuice. Like, that's really it. Like, no one cares other than Beetlejuice is back. Seeing Michael Keaton back as Beetlejuice. You know why, you know the reason that's the reason you want to see it. I know that's the reason I want to see it. That's it. But my expectations for this movie are kind of low, but the fact that we are actually getting a second Beetlejuice movie after so many years does kind of scream of nostalgia desperation, but, anytime to see more of Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice, yeah, I'm in. So next up on the list is, at number 11, Furiosa. Furiosa is a movie I keep forgetting is going to happen, but then I keep remembering. I'm like, oh shit, that's right. From George Miller, the creator, and from the universe of Mad Max. I'm very excited in the cast. It's going to be cool to see what George Miller does to explain the story of Furiosa and how she ended up with Immortan Joe. I'm very fascinated on how it will play. I'm very curious to see how the entire movie will play out. I do have my worries about it. I've heard it's going to get pushed back, or as always with these Warner Brother movies, you always have that fear in the back of your head of David Zaslav might just decide, oh well, I want a tax write-off, goodbye. And thankfully there was enough outcry to keep Coyote versus Acme, Wile E. Coyote versus Acme movie to make him go no, I was kidding. Yeah. So anyway, we're not here to talk about Zaslav. We're not here to talk about that. So, let's just move on. But Furiosa, I'm excited. My expectations are why it's kind of here on this point of the list is because it's my list, my fucking rules. First off, and secondly, I haven't I'm sure I'll get more excited when I see a trailer or a teaser or something. Anyway, now we move on to the top 10, and starting off is Transformers Till All Are One. And yes, I do have the list written down, and I'm constantly looking back and forth at it. Thank you very much. I'm just kind of looking back and forth at this list, and because I did write it down. Anyway, so at number 10 is Transformers Till All Are One, or Transformers 1. I've heard two different things. This is a movie, and I have recently rewatched Transformers Rise of the Beasts, and my thoughts on it have kind of softened. Probably because the movie, the day I went in, it was just a bunch of annoying-ass people in the theater, so it just kind of ruined my experience. But while I don't know if that will be on my top 10 for the year, I definitely have softened on it, on Rise of the Beast. It's a hell of a lot better than the Bayformer movies, I can say that much. But anyway, Transformers Till All Are One is going to be an origin story. It's going to be animated and focus on the rise of the Autobots and Decepticons and leading to the war. I'm very curious to see how they'll play this out. We've always saw it in comics or in animated shows, but we've never really seen it done in anime. We've never seen it done in a movie before. And this will be a fully animated film. I I do find it kind of dumb that we're not having Peter Cullen voice Optimus, but whatever. Or Frank Welker voice Megatron, but you know, Chris Hemsworth, I'm curious to see how he'll sound as a young Optimus or Orion Pax. But I'm very excited to hear Brian Tyree Hill's Megatron. I'm very excited to hear how he'll make his Megatron sound. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Next up at number 9, Terrifier 3. The Terrifier movies have solidified Art the Clown as a new horror icon, and after that teaser showcasing that the next Terrifier movie will take place during Christmas, is gonna be awesome. I'm very excited to see the Yuletide carnage that Art is gonna just unleash on everybody. I've heard that the opening kill scene in the movie was so graphic that it made a lot of movie studios executives like vomit, and I'm like, I don't know if that's true or not, but it definitely gives me a lot of hope of how grotesque this movie's gonna be. So there you go, Terrifier 3 at number 9. At number 8, Lord of the Rings: War of the Rohirrim. War of the Rohirrim was a movie I legit forgot about, when I was doing this list and checking it twice, some holiday humor for you. I was looking through the list and I was like, hey, wait a minute, I forgot they were doing the Lord of the Rings animated film. This will be a fully animated film. I don't know if it's coming on Max or if it's going to get a full release. I've heard two different things. But Lord of the Rings: War of the Rohirrim is supposed to be the war of that made Rohan. I'm looking forward to seeing how that'll play out, especially in animated form. And maybe if this does well, maybe we can get more animated Lord of the Rings lore. I'd love to see them do more of this Silmarillion. I know a lot of people are just bitching and moaning about Rings of Power, and Gollum was god-awful. The Gollum game was god-awful. Try saying that 3 times fast. But I have hope for this movie, and hopefully if this does well, if War of the Rohirrim does well, I'm really hoping that maybe we'll get other stuff other stories told through maybe through the Silmarillion, or maybe other stories involving other characters. I would love to see a film focus, an animated film focus on Sauron's rise to power, or focus on the formation of Gondor, or something like that. Anyway, moving on now to number 7, A Quiet Place Day One. A Quiet Place Day One is going to be the prequel film to the Quiet Place universe. I heard there's also going to be a TV show, which I don't know where that's going to be. It's also going to star Lupita Nyong'o and not focus on the main cast that we've been following for the past 2 movies. And this is going to focus on the first day, what we saw in the second movie, and talk about when the creatures invaded, and talk about more of open cities and how they fell. So it's going to be cool to see more of this universe expanded, and Lupita Nyong'o is a great actress. So I've got a lot of hope for this. Again, it was Lord of the Rings, where I was going through a list to make sure I hadn't forgotten anything, and lo and behold, I'm looking through the list and I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I forgot this was coming out. But again, I don't know if the writer's strike made it push back or get delayed or whatever. Anyway, so now we're on to number 6, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now originally I was gonna put it a little higher into the big 5. But the reason why I abstained from that was because I'm a little concerned. I have concerns about the director Wes Ball, whose big claim to fame was the Maze Runner movies. So I'm a little worried about that. But the universe of Planet of the Apes franchise on a whole, whether it be the Caesar era or the original films, I really love the Planet of the Apes films, and that Andy Serkis Caesar, again, try saying that 5 times fast, trilogy was just phenomenal. It was the perfect trilogy, so it's a really tough act to follow. So my expectations are really high, and I just have concerns. But hey, I've seen people who are bad directors do great things. Even though they had bad movies, they move on to do something better. So there you go. But yeah, that trailer was beautiful, and the motion capture looks really good. That's another thing that I was excited for. Hopefully the story will be great as well. Alright, now we're on to the big five, and starting off at number 5, Alien Romulus. Alien Romulus, I was worried, I thank God that Disney decided to pull their head out of their ass, and probably saw, how well Prey did on Hulu, and went, wait a minute, we could just, and also because of the writer's strike, we could hey, let's just put this out on the big screen and get money. I mean, get attention. But the Alien franchise is known for only having 2 good movies, and it's all downhill from there. Let's be real. So, and Fede Alvarez is also kind of on a shit list because he was a part of that. Now he didn't direct or produce it. Well, he was executive producer, I think, on that god-awful Texas Chainsaw movie. But Fede has done really good films. Hills Have Eyes remake, and even Ridley Scott apparently told Fede to his face that he fucking loved Alien Romulus. However, I can't really judge because Ridley Scott is kind of a twat, so I can't really judge his words exactly. But anyway. But, however, I do have a lot of, if Disney has shown that, they have enough, faith in this movie to give it, a wide release instead of just streaming, then that's got to count for something, and I've been very much starving for Alien content for years. And Alien is something, it can only go up after Alien Covenant, right? It can only go up, right? At number 4, we have Nosferatu. Nosferatu, this is a movie that I've been waiting for from Robert Eggers. He's one of those new horror directors that I don't have a problem with. It's he's done a lot of stuff you consider art house or elevated horror. I fucking hate those words. But all of his movies are bangers. The Witch, Lighthouse. I absolutely love The Northman. And when I heard that he was working on doing a remake of Nosferatu, that's beyond perfect for his line of work. If there was any movie for Robert Eggers to do a remake of, it was gonna be Nosferatu. I also love that Bill Skarsgård is going to play Count Orlok. I love the cast. It's also fun to have Willem Dafoe in the movie too, because there was a movie that he had been a part of called Shadow the Vampire, where he played Max Schreck playing Count Orlok, and basically what it was a behind-the-scenes film of Nosferatu, but the twist was Max Schreck was really a vampire, and John Malkovich played the director. It was weird. So it's kind of fun to see Willem Dafoe back in a film franchise that he was a part of originally. The only thing that would have been better if he was actually playing Orlok again. So there we go. At number 3, Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3 is the only Marvel Cinematic Universe movie coming out this year, and that might be for the best, if only to shut the ever-loving fuck up about from all these Marvel haters who are doom and gloom every time a new Marvel thing comes out. Or just oh, it's cool to hate the MCU post-Endgame because I need an echo chamber to feel good about myself. But Deadpool 3 is a movie that a lot of us have been hyped about. Ryan Reynolds has been exclusively on the very intense on the project. And the dude is bringing back Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in classic costume, and it's going to be R-rated. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure. You guys remember when they did a Christmas PG-13 cut of Deadpool 2? I feel like that was Disney's way of trying to gauge if they could get away with doing a Deadpool 3 and make it PG-13. Yeah, that didn't fly, so he's fuck, I guess we'll make it R. Anyway, there you go. And at number 2, I swear I didn't make that. I didn't realize it until I just did the list. Is Joker 2, or Joker Return to Madness. I know it's in French, but yeah. The reason why this is so high on the list is because it just sounds so batshit insane. It's a sequel to Joker. First off, Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn, and it's going to be a musical. It literally is kind of like I said before when they announced that it was going to be a musical, where I feel, and it's going to be the same writers and director, and I really do feel like it really does feel like they, like I said, with it, comparing it to Texas Chainsaw 2, where it's Tobe Hooper couldn't figure out well, I know I can't replicate that shit again. Let's go in a 180 direction in the other way. So I feel like that's what the people behind this movie decided was, let's just go back. Let's just go in a different direction entirely instead of trying to replicate what was so perfect about the first movie. And I'm kind of excited for that. Is it going to be weird to hear Joaquin Phoenix sing? Yeah. Although I think he did do his own singing with the Johnny Cash movie, if I remember right. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. But yeah, it sounds like it's going to be batshit insane, and I'm kind of excited. It's kind of part of the course of Joker. And at number one, you know what it is. You know what my number one movie I'm excited for is. It's Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. What else can I say? Yes, it did get delayed till April, but I can wait a little longer. This movie got a lot of hype around it, and again, we're living in an age where we're having so much kaiju content in just a few months, and it's amazing. Is this movie going to be elevated like Joker 2, or like it's going to be like the upper echelons of these other movies? No. I know what I'm going to be getting into when I go see that movie. But as a Godzilla fan, yeah, I'm very excited. And could Joker 2 be the best movie of the year? Yeah, for me. Again, this is just the 12 movies I'm most excited for 2024. And that list might change when I do my top 10 for 2024. And there are movies that I haven't even mentioned. There was also a Radio Silence is going to be doing a Universal Monster movie. We don't know what it is, and I don't know if it's still going or not. There's been hush about it, so I don't know if it's still a thing or not. And if I got more information, I probably would have put it on this list. But yeah. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what movies are you most excited for 2024? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.